So we can also nest our selection statements in the case where you have some decisions that are dependent on what happens with a previous decision. We may nest our if statements. So let's say, for instance, we have a case where there are two conditions, passing and failing. And the condition for passing would be greater than or equal to 50, and the condition for failing would be less than 50. So here we have an if-else statement. So if your score is greater than or equal to 50, that is passing, but if your score is less than 50, then that is failing. But we might have some further distinctions. So maybe within the pass, if your score is greater than or equal to 75, maybe you pass with some sort of honors, and then in between 50 and then up to 74, it's just passing. You don't have honors. And maybe within the failing, if your score is greater than or equal to 40, you're eligible for some sort of retake situation. So these conditions depend on a previous condition. So there's the case where you pass, where then if you meet some other condition, if you meet the first condition, then you have to meet the second condition in order to have the honors distinction. If you fail, so you don't meet the pass condition, there's another condition you would have to meet the retake condition. And what this would look like in terms of if statements, we can clear this, is we would have something like if pass, maybe this is the name of a variable, or maybe we won't call it pass. Let's call it if score is greater than or equal to 50. And then nested within this, we have another if statement. If score is greater than or equal to 75, we might print pass with honors. And in this case, still within this passing condition, we might print just pass. Right? So these conditions depend on, first of all, meeting this other condition, having a score of greater than or equal to 50. Else, if our score was not greater than or equal to 50, this means it is less than, it's 49 or less, that's our failing condition. But if score is greater than or equal to 40, we print retake. Else, we print fail. Something along these lines. So there are lots of cases, and you can go further in nesting it. It may be the case that we had a further distinction between here. We could nest other if statements. So we could just keep nesting these if statements. You win other decisions depend on some sort of previous condition.